Hey everybody, welcome to Magic Universe, and it's time for another message from Universe. Today's message is at a light, fresh green, and we're going to start with the Shaman's Dream Oracle. The decks came out really quickly today. There was like no question about it. This, that, and that. All right. I think everybody's ready for a new beginning. Yeah. That green makes me think of next year already. I feel like for some of you, that energy is already starting, even though at the time of the recording right now, this is the week prior to Christmas of this year. So we're kind of coming to the end of the year, and according to the calendar, we should be wrapping things up. But the energy that I'm looking at here is like new beginnings. So yeah, so these messages are timeless. So whenever you watch them, just apply that energy to the time period that you're at whenever you watch them. Okay. Reconciliations. Reconciliations. Which is funny. We're just talking about beginnings and endings and a bold step forward. So that really talks about that that gap, right, between the wrapping up and the new beginning. Reconciling, taking care of, if you guys own a business, taking care of business stuff, taking a look at how you did this year. If it's not about business, if you're talking about relationships or just any kind of thing where you just kind of take a look at how's your energy been, right? Reviewing it and making plans to step forward to the next part. Bold step forward, the farther gate. So the farther gate talks about there's a gate that's right in front of you, and then there's a farther gate that's beyond that even. So it's like whatever step you were thinking of, okay, well, this is my next step. It's like going beyond that. And I feel like this message, along with that green, that fresh green, has to do with the pace that you've been going at. You're going to go even faster than you thought. You're going to go even farther than you thought in this next coming, I'm going to say, because of that green, I'm going to say like from now through the next season. So like, I'm going to say even through until like spring. So if you're watching at a different time of the year, then it's through the next season. Because winter is starting to happen here where I am this week. And so through all of winter into this spring, that's what I'm seeing. So depending on the time period that you're watching this is through to the next season. I see a fast moving energy. Whatever this wailing tree reconciliations is, it's like it's old energy, and and like I was just saying, we should be wrapping things up and moving on already. And it's like this energy feels like quiet to me in the sense that it's already done. I feel like it's already past tense, and that you're already in this gap, like in between here and here, where you're moving on to the next thing already. And that this energy is speeding things up. It's moving faster than you thought. It's you're going, reaching past beyond where you thought you were gonna be. You're gonna go beyond that. So it's a really, really nice energy. For those of you who might still be kind of in this state right here in the Wailing Tree reconciliations, look forward to this. There's this message coming through about if you're here and you kind of feel a little bit stuck here, where you're still kind of looking into the past or still kind of hanging on to things that should have been let go, or like, well, there's no really should have been, but if you're still hanging on to something that really doesn't serve a purpose for you anymore, or that it's energy that see, because I'm seeing non-movement, right? So there's kind of like this stillness in your space that doesn't really serve you. It's not going anywhere and you're not getting rid of it. So I feel like universe is kind of like, if you would stop paying attention to it, it would no longer be in your space. Because like the reason why something is still here, like in your reality, is because you keep looking at it and you keep reviewing it and you keep, it's like when you do the kind of like year end review thing, after you review it, then you move on to the next thing, right? But for maybe some of you, if it sticks around, it's because you keep playing it, replaying it over and over. Or maybe it's one of those things where it's like, maybe it's a story that you tell all the time because it's like, oh, this is something that happened to me, and you keep retelling it because maybe it's entertaining to other people, you think, or maybe it you know, makes some people laugh, so you think there's like a value to it somewhat. But in terms of like in your life, you have to look at it for yourself. The energy that I'm seeing is that it's really not serving you anymore, and that it's time to let it go, whether it's true or not, whether it was at one time a reality for you or not, or even if it is still a reality right now, right? That in order to get past it and move on to the next thing, you have to stop giving it attention, stop giving it the energy. Excuse me, stop giving it the energy, and look forward. Look forward to the next thing that's coming. And once you've looked forward enough, eventually, if it's one of those things where it's like you get nostalgic about it and that's why you're not letting it go, once you start moving forward and you get excited about the future, or like the thing that's coming, it's not even really future. It's future in terms of manifestation, because maybe it hasn't shown up in your reality yet. But in terms of like energy, it's not future. The energy is already here because it's showing up. So in order to manifest this into your physical reality, get excited about it. And once you're excited about this, then this becomes dead. This becomes like something that, you know how sometimes you have something in the house or in the room and you walk by it every day, you don't even notice it anymore because it's just there. You're so used to it being there, but it doesn't really serve a purpose. That you can totally, like, it's garbage, you can get rid of it. You can donate it, you can, you know, whatever. But it's just like you got used to having it there. So for some people, that might even just be like extra weight that you have on your body manifested as, right? That energy, right? If you look at your body and you look at places around your house, there's an equivalence of energy there. If you have stuff in your house that's just sitting there that you just walk by every day and you don't use, you don't really pay attention to, but it's still there for some reason, because you just don't get around to throwing away for some reason, there's an equivalence. It shows up in your body in some form, in some way as well. Okay, for some of you, that's a message that I'm getting. So during this period of time, when you're changing the seasons into the next season, moving on to the next thing, once you get excited about this, you're gonna have the energy to like, oh, you know what, I walk by this every day, I'll just throw it out on my way out the door. Like, it's not even gonna be a thing anymore. Okay, this freshness is coming in, sweeping this away. All right, really cool, because I totally see that this energy is more dominant. So, you know, I mean, everybody has free will, everybody, you have control of your own life, right? If you're hanging on to this, and yeah, I'm just seeing that this energy is more dominant, and all you need to do is just place your attention here, place your excitement, your anticipation right here. Then eventually this will become a thing where it doesn't bother you to remove it from your life. Okay, all right, all right, all right. So when the decks came out, they come out in a particular order, and that's usually how I pick the cards. But like right after I just said all of this, this deck that came out last is showing up. So I'm going to pick something from here, the Psychic Tarot deck, and then put it back in the order of where it was, because maybe more like it needs to come out twice during this reading. Okay. Interesting, interesting. All right. There's lots of good stuff coming from this farther gate card. That energy that's there. It's so, it's like you can even see in the picture, it's so open. It's so open. There's like whatever has been held back before, like it's open now. Yeah, so you see this gate right here, and then you see this farther gate right here, and there's like the sun and open skies and stuff like that. You're moving further along on your path. Okay, so they're saying 2 cards from this one right now, and then afterwards I'll put it in the back of the queue, and or at the end of the queue, and see if it highlights itself to come out again at the end of the reading. Okay. Solar plexus. Oh, interesting, interesting. All right. So we were talking about like body, and I feel like in the solar plexus card, which is it kind of like in your gut area, right? So for some of you, this might actually be talking about body weight, okay? If you're hanging on to any extra body weight that you feel like it may be hindering to you in some way, during this time period, this energy, it's your choice, because solar plexus talks about your will, right? Your free will, which you get to choose what you want to do with your energy. You get to choose where you want to place your attention, right? And if you've been having any kind of like slow metabolism kind of thing, where it's like, oh, I try to exercise, or I try to, eat the way I feel like works. I eat the way that I feel like works for me, but still maybe there's some stuff hanging around in the body that it's slow moving. You're coming into a period where your energy is going to be moving faster, and your metabolism is going to be working for you, and maybe you'll be inspired to eat a different way, right? Maybe you'll be inspired to different activities that might not necessarily be exercise or anything like that, but it might just be like a playful activity, like a sports or a hobby of some sort. So you feel like you're playing rather than exercising, but you're moving your body in some way. You're flowing energy in some way, and I feel like they're in this farther gate that something's gonna work for you in a way where usually people say, oh, it takes this period of time to burn this many calories, and then that's the people who do that kind of calculation would usually say it'll take you this long to lose this amount of weight or something like that. They all the experts, right? But in this energy, I feel like you're gonna get into this farther gate energy where it's like you're gonna be further along than you thought. Like things are gonna move faster than you think, and your metabolism's gonna be faster. All of your body systems are gonna work and flow, and the weight is just gonna fly right off. That's what I feel like is coming for you, and it all has to do with your willingness and your attention of where you're focusing. Like, are you focusing on your body and wailing and go, I don't like it, or are you looking forward to, oh yeah, you know what? the body that I want is here for me. It's energetically, it already exists, and I'm focusing on that in my mind and visualizing how I want to feel in my body, and how healthy I'm going to feel, how radiant, all of my energy is going to be flowing through me. And it's like, I feel like this is going to be working for you. So it's like, it's your free will to focus in that direction instead of focusing in, this is past energy, right? This is past time energy. You can just let it go. So for some of you, it might be about that, about the actual physical body. But yeah, the throat chakra. The throat chakra, I feel like it's a similar, it's like the same energy that we've been talking about, where there's like an old energy and a new energy and then faster moving. It's being applied in this message. It's being applied to different areas of your life, right? So one is it might be applied to your physical body. The other one, the throat chakra, in your communication space. Is there some place where you've been holding back, not saying the things that maybe there's just been some like we were saying before, some old stories that you tell because you're used to telling them because they entertain some people, right? And sometimes some things are habitual, and you're just so used to answering, like somebody asks you a question about, oh, how are you, or like what do you do, what do you like, that kind of stuff. And then you just kind of go into a spiel where this is how I usually answer this question. You don't really think about it because it's just a routine, like a persistent pattern that you just speak in this manner. I feel like in this coming period, there's going to be a change where you really think about, like, wait, are the words that I'm saying true to who I'm becoming? Maybe I need to change some of the things in how I'm describing myself, Maybe I need to change some of the ways that I define who I am or who I'm becoming. And maybe there are some things where, looking at the farther gate here, maybe there are some things that I used to not say, with this area right here that's like blocked off. And once you go to the farther gate, you're bolder about speaking your mind. You're bolder about speaking who you really are, and you have less hesitation in terms of revealing who you really are. Maybe you show more of yourself through your communication, right? For some of you, that could be like singing. That could be like so I sing for fun. I enjoy singing for fun. And I don't really have like a lot of training or anything, like professional training or any kind of, but I took some classes a while ago, where the teacher, basically the class was just for people who are maybe nervous about singing or like don't even know where to start, and you're like a total beginner. And this one teacher was so great, and she just has you make noises, to open yourself up so you're not afraid for noise to come out of your body. And she taught us a whole bunch of other stuff too. She's a really great teacher. But a while after, so that class was really great for me, because I was one of those, like, I sang, quietly in the privacy of my own space, but then in front of other people, I just couldn't get the voice to come out. I would squeak, because I was nervous. But eventually, so that class kind of helped me open up a little bit in terms of nerves. But then after that class was over, then during the period of time from then till now, even though I didn't always practice singing or like, there are periods of time, depending on my energy, depending on my mood. Sometimes I don't even listen to music, even though I love music and I love singing. But for some reason, it's like I'm just not inspired to it. But then when I am inspired to it, then, I'll sing along with the radio and stuff like that. So really totally not like I have any true knowledge of how to sing, but I just do it for fun, just for myself, right? But as I listen to myself, I have found that I am my range has increased even though I haven't practiced. So it's kind of like this bold step forward, farther gate thing where it's like you would think that a person needs to be training their voice all the time in order to get any kind of improvement, but I found in me that even if I haven't sung in like a long time, the following time I sing and I go back and sing a song that I used to sing like a long time ago, I'll be able to reach notes that I wasn't able to before, even though I haven't been practicing. You see what I mean? So it's like you're getting better, or like energy is moving in a certain area of your life more than you expect. So I feel like in this space of the throat chakra, for some of you, it might actually have to do with some kind of performance like that, some kind of singing or some kind of like speaking, where all of a sudden you find yourself in the flow and you're really good at it or you're better at it than before. And it's not like a consistent improvement because you've been practicing, but because you've let something go and you're moving into this new energy. Okay. All right. So that's exciting. Okay, so next one, Oracle of Mystical Moments. So for some of you, it might have to do with that kind of like, if we're talking about singing or like any kind of communication, if you're making speeches or, you know, in front of people, public speaking, right? That some kind of hindrance, like you've gone beyond it now you're focused on what you're saying versus who's listening to you, and you're bolder, you know, you're less, you don't have as much anxiety about people listening to you talk or listening to you sing or perform in some kind of way, right? So for some of you it might be that. Some of you, you might be actually a better communicator just one-on-one, like speaking with your partner, or any kind of people in your life one-on-one, where it's like you're able to get your point across, like you know what you want to say and you get your point across and it matches how you're feeling on the inside. So I'm seeing the solar plexus and the throat chakra together, that it's like you're willing to speak your true thoughts, your true feelings, and it's clear, like it gets across what you're wanting to say. Okay. Oh, I love this card, abracadabra. Magic. Yup. You're coming into a phase where this is about manifestation. This is about, you see how like this is the physical reality with all the architecture and the buildings and the structure and all of that, but you're rising above that into this magical space where it's like you're just pointing at stuff, you're focusing on stuff, and the energy moves there. The energy is like moving fast and manifesting. You're creating magic. They're saying to look in the book. There's a message in the book for some of you. Wow, I love this card. I always see this as an equivalent to the Magician card in the tarot. Okay, 34. You are manifesting. Yes, look at this. Look at this. Magic, secrets, patterns, destiny, rising from a kingdom of skyscrapers, right there. A giant woman glows in the cityscape. She is so tall she can touch the stars all around her. With her magic wand, she coaxes the future from the constellations. There is such order in the universe, in the golden ratio of a nautilus shell or patterns in the starry night. We can unlock the secrets of the universe. We are all the magicians of our own lives. I love it. I love it. That's amazing. I'm also seeing, you know how like she's like translucent, you can look through her right here. There are things being revealed to you that maybe you weren't able to see before, and you're looking beyond the physical now into the non-physical. You're looking beyond, look at the energy of things and being able to see the truth. You know how like if you're a fan of Abraham Hicks, they often talk about the what is, the present time, being past tense, because what's true, what's real is the vibrational reality, because the physical reality is slower to become and the vibrational reality already is, right? So it's like the energy is already there, the energy already exists, it's here. And that is the real truth. And then the physical reality of what has already manifested that you can see and touch, that's really past tense. And I feel like this has something to do with that, of being able to look beyond the past tense and being able to see what's really here in energetic form, that is on the way to becoming manifest. You're a magician. Yes. All right. Next one. Getting into the Vortex cards. Very exciting. Yeah, there's a lot of magic in this and the farther gate. Are some of you, maybe a couple of you, are you like sound healers? I'm seeing something, a message come through about the abracadabra, farther gate, and the throat chakra. There's something about using your voice, using, even if you do like bowls and stuff like that, that kind of music, where you do sound healing. I'm seeing that energy come up. Okay, this just flew out. That which is like unto itself is drawn. So that's law of attraction right there. It's like whatever you're thinking about, the universe will bring to you that same thing. Whatever you're focusing on, the universe will bring to you that same thing. It's like whatever you're thinking, whatever you're seeing, they match, right? Things of the same vibration are brought together. The number 2 is making me think of relationships. So whether it be like friendship, love partners, I feel like there's a message coming through, or even like if we're talking about like business, like clients, okay, people, relationships, where the people that the universe brings to you, that you come across in your physical reality, are a vibrational match to you. Like however you're dominantly vibrating in the moment, that's who you come across. That's who's being drawn to you. And you can direct that energy, and if you want to be like, I'm a deliberate creator and I want to create the people in my life, right, how they are with me, you get to direct that. You can use your solar plexus, use your will, right, to focus your energy the way you want it to be, feel how you want to feel, or how you want the people that come to you to feel. You do that dominantly within your own space, and the universe will bring you those people that feel like that. Okay? For some of you, you're very strong visualizers. You can imagine, you can visualize the people that you want to come to you. It'll happen. And especially within like this period of time right here, where it's like the energy is picking up, and magic is happening for you. Like you're totally tapping into this magician quality that you have. You're so powerful. You can visualize who you want to come to you. Everything that you perceive is vibration. and the life you are living is your vibrational interpretation. The powerful law of attraction is at the root of everything you experience, and the never changing, always accurate premise of this law is that which is like unto itself is drawn. When you give thought to something, you begin the attraction process of the essence of that subject into your life experience. Once you have activated a thought vibration within yourself by giving attention to the subject, the progression of expansion occurs. Yup, there's that expansion right there. Okay. We're really coming to this place where it's like we're recognizing our magic and we're seeing it happen. We're seeing things manifest like, oh, I just thought about that. I was just feeling this way and now it's showing up in my reality. And I'm feeling for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, this wailing tree energy. For some of you, you might be at that place where it's like, I know all of these principles, and you're focusing on your reality the way it is right now so much that nothing's changing. It's like, I know I have magic. How come I can't tune into it? It's like, all you got to do is stop saying that. Rewrite how you think in your own mind about your power. Stop saying that you can't, and then you can, right? Let it go. If you stop focusing on that, then you can. And it's and we're laughing, me and universe, we're laughing because we're looking at you from the higher view, and we're seeing your life, and we're like, you're so close, you're just right there. You're just right there, and then boop, you're right into that space of magic, and then everything's flowing for you. You're so close. All you got to do is stop saying you can't. And then feel the joy of who you really are, and then live in that joy, and then your physical reality is going to morph and change into this magical place, this magical world of your own creation. It's so awesome. Oh, let me finish my thought about the sound healing. So for those of you who might actually be sound healers, I'm seeing success come to you in that space. Whether you're like professional sound healers or you just do it for, for yourself, for fun, for your friends or whatever, there's a progression in that ability of yours to do sound healings, so that it's like the sound vibrations that you do, however you do it, is either through voice or some kind of instrument, right? Some kind of tool that it helps people align their energies, and that's really cool. And you can use it on yourself for sure. Like you can hum or tone your voice in some way to align your own energies, to align the energies in your aura and your chakras. Truly magical. We are all truly, truly magical. Okay. All right, next one. Affirmators Tarot. This is a really fun energy in this message, in this green. I even see like in this that which is like itself card, where you get to this point where you're enjoying your life, you're in your magic, right? And you're looking back at the wailing tree, looking back at before you got to the switching point, and you're kind of laughing at yourself and you're amused, like, oh, I remember when I used to lament that things weren't happening. Oh, I remember when I used to think this other way, and I felt stuck or whatever, and then be amused by it because you're so in this new magic energy now. You're like, oh yeah, I do remember when I used to be like that, but I'm in this new place now, and I can laugh at my old self. I could laugh at all the the fumbles and bumbles and you know, all the other stuff that happened before. And there's like a releasing of any kind of blame or guilt or regret or anything like that about, because you know how sometimes like, okay, before you're in this magical state, right? If you're just a regular human who's not looking at yourself as energy and not looking at yourself as spirit, there's a tendency for people to look back at something and be embarrassed and be ashamed, or be and blame yourself for something, and just kind of not feel good about your past. This is about letting all of that go, because like now you're in this new state, you're in this magical state, and you understand everything, you understand yourself so much better, that when you do look back, if you do look back, that you can laugh at yourself and go, yeah, you know, I was a different person back then. And just like everybody goes through their spiritual path, everybody goes through this growth, and you can be affectionate with your past self and say, and just be playful about it, and be happy that you've grown, and love that past self, and not be embarrassed, not be ashamed about anything, because it's like how could you know something you didn't know, right? The logic of it doesn't work. Like you can't it's like if you don't know something, then you don't know something, right? And you can't go back and go, but I didn't know. That's it. You know, you didn't know. You can't blame yourself for that, and all you can do is just laugh at that. And I just see this kind of like amusement of anything. And it's like when you get to the point of being able to release that kind of view on yourself, where you view your past self in a bad way, in a negative way, right? And you let it go, and now you're able to look there and view yourself in a different light, in like a much kinder light, with a lot of humor and laughter about it. And it's like you can do that. You can also look at other people at different points of their path and be able to laugh about everything. It's like, what is that Buddha quote about, like being able to laugh at stuff? I don't remember exactly what it is, but it has something to do with that. About like understanding the meaning of life or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember the exact words, but the gist of it is that once you reach enlightenment, right? Once you reach this point on your spiritual path, then you realize like everything is funny, and you just laugh at all of it. And there's some of that here. I'm seeing that in this energy right here. It's really cool. Okay. Oops. Oh, there's two coming out together. Strength and Eight of Swords coming out together. Okay, let me rearrange these cards. Six of Wands. And one more. Ten of Wands. Okay. Lots of orange. Oh, well, I just picked up the deck and this flew out, so okay. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. This flipped out together. We will take it, but let me rearrange. Oops, excuse me. Let me rearrange this. All right, we'll just cover it. So this is the Eight of Swords with the Strength on top. And then this is the Five of Wands with the Chariot on top. So in the Strength card, where the lion has his arms like outstretched like that, the word magnanimous comes to mind, where it's like your heart is big, where you're kind to yourself, like how we were just talking about in this card, that energy that I was seeing, where it's like you look back on stuff or you look at other people now, and you're looking at them with a kind heart, and you're looking at yourself in the past with a kind heart, where you can encompass all of the ills and wrongs, or the things that didn't happen the way you wanted them to happen, or like things that you perceive as like, well, what they're doing, I wouldn't do that, right? That kind of a thing, where you have a different opinion about something. It's like, but looking at it with this kindness, with this big heart, where it's like, I can love all of that, I can appreciate all of that. And there's such a difference between this Eight of Swords energy, where it's like you're enclosed by fearful thinking, you're enclosed by just not being able to move because of some kind of anxiety, some kind of fear, some kind of something that's holding you back, right? This is being enclosed, and then this is being open. So because this came out on top of that, there's a movement. So we can look at this as this being like a past energy, like we were just saying, the willing tree is a past energy, and then the farther gate is the coming, either the current energy or the coming energy, right? In the same way, it's like this is the closed off and this is the open. You're either here and moving to this, or like this is the past and you're in this energy right now. And you're it doesn't really erase the past in the sense. I mean, even though you're letting something go, it did happen, right? But it's like you're not focused on it anymore. Okay? And if you're still here, there's something going on where you're gonna let this go, and you're gonna open yourself up. And there's, in the strength card, there's also like a patience interpretation to it. If you're here, if you're still kind of in this energy where it's like, my thoughts are still keeping me locked up in this state where I can't move, or like I am not moving forward, like energy's not flowing. Be patient and be kind with yourself, even if you're like your physical environment's not allowing you to, your physical circumstances aren't allowing you to much movement. In your energy state within your heart, open your heart up wide to encompass this the state that you're in right now, the physical reality, and be kind to yourself in the way you think of your situation. And when you do that, and when you can love and appreciate the movement that you do have, and the place that you are at. So for example, and apply it to your situation. Your situation is different depending on on where you are. But like, say it's a job situation where it's like, I'm not loving this job, but I'm kind of stuck here for now. I can't not work, but I feel stuck at this job that I'm not advancing in, or like I want to do something else, but I'm still here. That kind of a thing, right? If you can find this strength within you, where you open your heart and you say, well, this job is providing one, finances. It's providing some kind of steady paycheck for me, and I like it for that. I like the money that does come in, even if I don't like what I'm doing, right? It's like, find the places where it's working for you, where you're doing it for some reason, right? You're not doing it for no reason. Find that reason and then love it for that reason. Like maybe you have some dream of yours to do something great, but it hasn't taken off yet, and you're still doing this other thing, and well, love it for that. It's giving you a stability that the other thing that you're dreaming of isn't able to provide you yet. Like, there's something about like this, even if the outer external physical reality thing can't move, inside you, your heart can move. Your heart can be bigger towards yourself and towards the circumstances, towards your heart and your mind can be focused on your dream and expanding there, even if externally you can't do anything about it yet. There's something about that in here, in the strength card. And it's like, so you see this kind of like forward movement where things open up, and then like Six of Wands just talks about success, about flying. This energy is the same energy as the farther gate and the magic. Okay. This energy where you're just like leaping through the air, everything's working for you, success, recognition, all of that. It's, yeah, it's great joy and it's magic. And it's like, not only do you have one magic wand, you have two magic wands as you're leaping with your flying shoes and stuff like that. The Ten of Wands talks about like hard work and effort and stuff piling on top of you. And it's like, if you look at the whole thing of everything, all the cards that came out, there's this kind of like back and forth motion of being stuck, being open, success, being stuck. You know, the Five of Wands talks about conflict, and then the Chariot talks about forward movement. There's this kind of like back and forth, but on top of it, it's always the energy that's open and moving, that's on top, that comes out. So maybe for some of you, it's, you're really in that in between state where it's the physical reality of it is that you're in the Eight of Swords. The physical reality of it is that you're in the Ten of Wands, like you're working way too hard, right? And that there's conflict. But on top of that energy is the movement. On top of that is the success. On top of that is the open heart, right? And so I feel like, I think there's like, because it's a group of people watching this, that you, different ones of you are at different stages, and that for some of you this is a past tense, the Ten of Wands, and the Five of Wands is a past tense, because the other card shows up on top of it, that forward movement shows up on top of it. So it's very possible that it's just like this, where we're talking about either currently or in the coming season, the forward movement is coming. This is what you're looking forward to. This is where your focus is on. You're like, I'm so happy for this new energy to be coming, or that you're already living it, and that's past tense. And then for those of you who are in the that stuck energy, or the working too hard energy, or in the conflict energy, that you have your focuser, right? You get to think your way towards your success, towards your open heart, towards the forward movement of energy, towards the guiding light. There's even like, there's a star in the Chariot card. So the solution, the way forward is here for you in energy form. And you get to guide yourself through your attention, through your focus, or through your brain, your mind. Like, where's your mind at? Where's your attention at? What are you observing, right? This is the work, you guys. The work, you know, people often talk about hard work, you know, effort, hard work being through physical action, but there's only so much physical action you can take. There's only so many hours to the day. It's like, you need to have the universe working. You need to be working with the universe. You need to tune into your magic to make life easy, right? The way it's meant to be lived as spirits in physical bodies, because you are not just the physical body. You are not just the physical human bumbling about on the physical realm trying to figure things out. It's like, you tune into your magic, all of a sudden you rise above the fray, you rise above all of that, and you get to see from the higher perspective. You get to see like, oh wait, there is another gate further along that's going to have things flowing, right? And so I feel like with the all of the energies that have come out, it's just really two things. One is stuck and not moving, and one is moving and moving faster and more magically than you expect. It's like you get to choose. You get to choose which one, which energy that you're in, because they're both available to you. Because I feel like for those of you who are living the success, living the forward movement, there have been stuff in the past where things weren't moving and you moved beyond it, right? Whether it's happening right now and it's coming for you, or like it was actually in the past. But there's some thing that you learned where you made that switch between the two energies, because like everything that's come out has been only talking about two things. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's anything else showing up here. In the Five of Wands right here, I'm kind of seeing, for some of you, this is about personal relationships, like conflict in the personal relationships. This came out like underneath the Chariot. Everything's going to be okay. The movement, you're going to learn to work together. Because so the Chariot talks about, there's two different horses, right? Two different color horses, and they go in different directions, and you get to guide both of your horses in the direction that you want to go. And I feel like even if you have differences of opinion with whoever you're fighting with, whoever you're having conflict with, and seeing as for some of us, we're moving into a holiday season where it's a lot about family energy. Sometimes families, individual members of families might not get along or whatever, right? So for some of you, it might be about that. And and then for some of you also might be about like working way too hard during the holidays to do what people do during holidays. Like preparing the big meal and the gatherings and the parties and all of that, right? So for some of you, it might actually be about that. But it's like on top of that, you have the Chariot, where it's like you tune into your magic and you get to kind of like have the energies, even if they're conflicting energies, meaning like they're different energies. You can still have them both moving forward together. Stay different, but moving forward. So you don't have to be like different and then clashing, right? That's what I'm kind of seeing here. That for some of you, in those differences, maybe there's this kind of like around Christmas time, around the holidays time, a general world peace and love kind of energy that comes upon everyone, that feels stronger and more dominant than whatever petty little things that people might be fighting over in their lives when it's not Christmas or when it's not the holidays, whatever religion you might celebrate, right? But that there's a time when it's like, because it's that day or that time period during the year, that there's this energy, because it's been generationally practiced through tradition and through just so many people thinking upon that love and that kindness, that spirit, right? The people talk about the Christmas spirit. That energy kind of becomes more dominant than all the other little things that might be going on in your individual lives. I feel like that's what the Chariot also talks about, is that light kind of overcomes everybody and say, let's put down our weapons, let's put down our swords, and let's not argue with each other for tonight, or like for this little while, and let's celebrate each other. Let's celebrate this time period, or let's celebrate just love or peace overall, for everybody for this time. And so that's nice. So we're back to the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck again. We have come to the end. And let's see. Final message from universe. But yeah, there's a really peaceful energy that's coming from the Chariot. So that's nice. And I actually am seeing this is like a family thing because this covering right here on top makes me think of a household. So for some of you, this might be about family coming together peacefully, even though you guys are all different, have different ideas and opinions about things. So it's a nice energy. Oh, and then read together with this one, that which is like unto itself is drawn. If you come into a circumstance or situation or an event with a certain mentality, a certain energy of your own, a certain heart, an open heart, then what you experience during that event, during that situation, will be that of that same energy. So if you go into something, say you go to a party and you're nervous, right? Then nervous like things will happen that will make you feel that way, right? But if you go into that party and you're like, well, I expect people to be happy. I expect people to be happy to see each other and be kind to each other and to have a joyous time, and I'm full of spirit myself, and if you go into that space just expecting to have a good time, then that's what you're going to manifest there, okay? That's what I'm seeing. You're magic. You can create anything that you want the way you want it. Okay, last one. Passion ignited. So this is a great beginning card, right? Or we're talking about beginnings. It's a number 1. This is also the Ace of Wands. There's that green right there, right at the base of where your heart is. And there's a fire, a flame. And this card also, when I see it, I see these waves coming off. Like, it also makes me think of music. It makes me think of singing because it's coming out from like the heart and the throat chakra, right? I feel this is the last card. This is the end of the reading, but I feel like it's kind of wrapping everything up, like what all that we have talked about, and just saying, if you will start your day, if you will start your year, if you will start now to get into the feeling place of this Ace of Wands, of this passion ignited, where you're just feeling it, that fire inside of you, that so depending on where you are in your life, right, maybe opening your heart will be a little bit quieter and calmer than flames. But for some of you, it will actually be like a passion, it will be like excitement, like so looking forward to what's coming and stuff like that. But wherever you are, however much you can open your heart right now, start with that. And when you start with that, when you start with an open heart, when you start with that place in here where so for some of you it might be just being calm, being patient, being kind to yourself, and then for others of you it might be that excitement, exhilaration, like yeah, I'm so excited about this thing that's coming, for whatever area of your life. When you start there, the energy, the universe will just bring to you, show you stuff. You're creating within your reality everything that matches that frequency. That's how it works. This is the magic that everybody's talking about, right? Everybody talking about manifestation, everybody talking about law of attraction. That's just all it is. It's like wherever it is, whatever energy is emanating from you, that's what's coming, that's what's showing up within your reality. That's how you're painting your world. That's how you're creating your reality, creating your world. That's all. It's a really, really simple concept. All it takes is one, you have to believe it. But for those people who are watching this, I feel like you're so into, you know so much already that this is not like a new, you're not a beginner. I don't feel like you're a beginner at this. You know this stuff already, and it's really just about practicing it. It's really about, if you've been practicing it and it hasn't moved that much, you're coming into a space where it's going to start to move. And if you really are kind of like stuck and stuff, like, be kind to yourself. That's the beginning. Start to open your heart towards yourself, because this stuff is here. It's available to you. Your magic is here. And it's like you understand all of the principles, you understand this law of attraction thing so well, and you get it. I see it, you get it. Success is here for you. It's all here for you. And it's your choice. And universe is just saying, just start here with that energy inside, and then it'll vibrate out of you, and it'll expand, and then you tune into your magic just like that. All right, that looks good. That looks good, you guys. So excited for you. Okay, we're gonna do one more. Affirmators morning mantras. I just wanted to top it off with something. I just feel like there's something. Okay. Slippery cards. Yep. Okay. Yep. It goes exactly with it. Make like a plant and grow toward the light, flower and repeat. Just takes practice. That's all it is. So this whole message, it just talks about that one thing, like two different energies, but that one thing. Just move toward the light. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.